Okay, we're here at the Prolight Sound show in Frankfurt on the Harman booth with Nathan, who's going to show us the JBL EON ONE. So, Nathan, JBL doing something like this, it's a bit different?
Yes, this is a bit different for us, to say the least. This is not our standard two-way system. But we're really, really happy to announce the EON ONE. It's something we feel very proud about. The first thing you're going to notice, obviously, this is a column speaker. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of column speakers coming to market right now. The reason you would do a column speaker in the first place is because it takes advantage of some of the same physical characteristics that a line array takes advantage of. Mm-hmm. So right off the bat, the thing to talk about here is the high frequency array. So what we have here is 6 2-inch transducers. The really great thing about a 2-inch transducer is that it has a nearly omnidirectional coverage pattern naturally on its own.
Right.
By arraying these, you can take the sound pressure, which for a 2-inch transducer isn't going to be much, and you get those to sum with each other and add to each other, so you really do get the sound pressure level you need.
Right.
Now, what we've done, which is something that is totally unique to JBL, is we're using something called directivity control geometry. And what that is rather than having these in a straight line all the way down, we have these staggered and set back and set at an angle from each other. This is similar technology not only to what we do with the V25 systems in our line arrays, it's also on the installed side what we do with the CBT systems.
Right.
What this does, when you have a straight line array, as you move front to back within the room, that coverage pattern is going to be very, very narrow, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and it's not going to have very good front to back even coverage. By putting that delay into the box physically, we spread that out to 50 degrees in the vertical, and that gives you excellent front-to-back coverage. So as you move out through the room, as you move from the front to the back, you're not going to hear any dropouts. It's going to be a very, very extraordinarily even coverage pattern. And like I said, because of the natural dispersion characteristic of those 2-inch drivers, the horizontal coverage pattern is also excellent.
And what is the...
That's 100 degrees horizontal and 50 degrees vertical.
Right, okay.
To add to that, we have a 10-inch woofer for the low frequency. And we're crossing over at 200 hertz, so it's a really, really nice, balanced, you'll get punchy bass, you'll get punchy kick drums, especially if you have something that's a really nicely recorded drum, that's going to come through on this system just beautifully.
So it crosses over, these 2-inch speakers go down to 200 hertz?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yep.
And how does that work in the sort of the low, mid range?
It's very, very flat, so very accurate, very natural frequency response through that. That's something that at Harman we really put first, is to have an accurate frequency response. We don't like our speakers to cover or to color the music at all.
Okay, cool. And so the 10-inch sub.
Yes.
And what else is going on in this, the box at the bottom?
So in the box at the bottom, this really is an all-in-one system. So we've got obviously an integrated amp. We've also got an integrated mixer. So it's a 6-channel mixer. So the first 2 channels are XLR line combo inputs. They've got volume control as well as reverb, treble, and bass. So you can dial those in for your voice, you can dial those in for your guitar, and get that sounding really, really good. Channels 3 and 4 are stereo TRS or stereo RCA.
Right.
So that's your keyboard, that's also going to be your game player, your Blu-ray system if you're playing media through the system. And then channels 5 and 6 are 3.5 millimeter or Bluetooth.
Okay, right.
So it does have Bluetooth streaming audio. It's the second JBL professional product to have that. It's 17 kilos, so that is 40 pounds. It's about the same weight as our EON 615. Certainly comfortable enough for anybody to carry with just one hand.
Okay, and when's it going to be available then, and how much is it going to cost?
These will be available in May, and they're going to be $9.99, and that's both euro and dollar.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks so much for your time.
Cheers.